Wowee, we are finally back with another episode. It's been way too long as usual. I think this might even been like one of our longer breaks because we just kept pushing back.
Yeah. Night shift, man. It's brutal. It's brutal.
I don't know, we had a couple times set up and then just kind of fell through the cracks. We were going to do the One Piece episode once or twice and then things
Mm.
just fell through the cracks. But we're back
Yeah, I was
with
extremely
some
hungover one day.
yeah, we're back with some non One Piece content. This
We might.
this
It'll
yeah, it'll
sprinkle
end
in
up
there.
at One Piece. Don't worry about that. It will have One Piece in the content because we don't not have One Piece. But anyways,
Has to make an appearance.
this episode of Undercover Weebs is going to be about the future of anime. And
Let's go.
yeah, when I came up with this topic, I just kind of was like one I kind of had to split up into two or three different categories of things that we could talk about. One being obviously the next like couple seasons of anime. What we're looking forward to, what we're probably gonna watch, what we're probably not gonna watch. And then two, just like the quality of anime that we're getting, like animation wise, production wise, and then three, the split between different streaming platforms and like how that's kind of ruining things in my opinion.
Okay. I like that. I like that third topic.
Because especially I'll get into the third topic when we make it to the third topic actually, but like there's a
No,
few
because I see where
specific
you're coming from.
reasons that I wanted to include that third one, you know.
Yeah.
But this next couple seasons are going to be like powerhouse level.
I feel like these next couple seasons are going to be like 2019 fall, I think, all over again.
I don't remember what that was. That was
That was
like Demon Slayer, My Hero, and
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
What else? There's another one. Something else was really solid that year
Yeah,
too, or
but
that season.
yeah, you're right. And then this season, it's Chainsaw Man. First episode dropped. Absolutely phenomenal in terms of everything. Just
Yeah,
like
bro.
every single frame was picture perfect. Like you could
God,
take a
yeah, we could
screenshot.
talk about a segue. We could start hot. We could start hot. That first episode, bro, it is blowing the manga out of the water.
Oh my gosh. Well, the thing about the manga though is that the art is like not good by any
True.
means. Like he's not a good mangaka because of his art.
That's true.
No one's ever I some people might he's got that grittier art feel definitely. It's definitely
Yeah, he's
more
got like
unpolished,
mhm.
but he's
It's
not.
super unpolished and it's very unique.
Yeah, that is true. It is very unique. And a lot of his characters have spiky teeth. I don't know why I
Hmm.
felt the need to point that out, but Denji has spiky teeth and Power has spiky teeth, and I don't know, it just kind of
Yeah.
bothers me, but it's just how
Yeah,
he makes
dude.
it.
That's this is gonna be the next big thing for sure.
If every episode
Like
is the
this is
level
gonna
of
be like
quality,
Demon Slayer.
I mean the animation is on par with Demon Slayer. It's different. It's different style for sure, but it's
Oh
on
yeah,
par.
right.
It uses a lot of like 3D CGI, but at the same time it's not too noticeable or it's not too like the 3D CGI is very purposeful, similar to Demon Slayer. Whereas
Yeah, and the
most
movements are fluent with it.
movements are very fluent.
Yeah.
Everything about that first
Am
episode
I
is
lagging
spot
right
on.
now?
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My screen is just kind of being weird for a second. All right, sorry. Yeah, dude. this show is going to take over. That first episode, I am blown away with the quality. Like,
Is the first
I
season
just
supposed to be?
I don't know.
I should have looked it up. Is the first season? How many episodes is the first season supposed to be?
That's a great question. I'm not
I
sure.
feel like it's a 24
And I
episode
also,
season.
so I wonder where they're gonna end in the
That's
manga.
what I was thinking. Like, you can't,
Because
so like 2 episodes per, or two to 2.5 chapters per episode. You got
right,
well, I want to say the first episode was just the first chapter, because usually the first chapters are like 45 to 50 pages long.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Man,
probably
I
after
haven't
the
read the
bomb,
manga.
probably after the fight with the bomb woman.
That's what I was gonna say because God, I haven't read the manga in so long.
I think they're gonna pace it really, really well. I think they know what they have and they know how popular that it's gonna be, and they're not gonna pull like in A1 Studios that they did with Promise Neverland.
Right.
Mappa knows their
Which,
worth.
thank God, Mappa knows when they have a cash cow. I think, and that's something Wit does not understand at all. So Mappa knows when they have a cash cow, and they will suck the money from those teats as long as they can, which is great because then we get fucking fire content. So I think that they're just gonna knock it out of the ballpark. So over the next like 4 or 5 years, 6 years, whenever they finish Chainsaw Man, it's gonna run the market. It's gonna be the next Demon Slayer.
I was also kind of thinking about how in the future there really is not. So My Hero's gonna end soon. Like the manga is supposed to end within the next year. Black Clover manga is gonna end soon. It's on its last arc. Even One Piece, for God's sakes, is gonna end relatively in 5 years, but like is coming up.
Dude.
But there's nothing like I have a feeling JJK's like almost up to chapter 200. That's not gonna run probably much past 300. What is that like? There's nothing.
Right.
There's nothing in its infancy stage anymore. That's especially the
dude,
shonen.
Yeah, dude. I think we're gonna start a rebirth here. A little rebirth. I think some of those, upcoming mangaka in Japan are just licking their chops because they have some ideas, and this is almost a prime time to start something. So I think we're gonna get some really new stuff.
Maybe I should start reading like actual Shonen Weekly, so I can see what's coming up. Because right now I just kind of am in the Shonen Jump app. I don't read One Piece. I read it early because we're like that, But I just read JJK.
We're not dedicated like Shane.
We gotta read it the second. I usually read it within the first 10 minutes it comes out every week. The One Piece chapter.
I do within the first couple hours, yeah.
But yeah, there really isn't anything coming up, to my knowledge.
What is gonna happen? Like even the anime heads, like when Attack on Titan is done, My Hero's got a little bit, but there's a lot of space that's gonna open up here.
And they're producing anime at so much faster rate too. Like everything's getting anime. Right. It's like not how it used to be where it's just the most popular things get anime. Like even me and I think the one manga that I saw that's getting anime that I was super surprised, like me and Roboco or something. Just like the weird maid looking lady. I think Mashlow's getting an anime too. Like all these Shonen Jumps are getting anime.
Yep.
But I don't think
Mashal is gonna be nice.
It'll be good for the first season. After that, I think it'll fall off because the manga itself. Me personally, I thought it kind of fell off.
I thought it fell off. I'm with it now. I'm cool with where it's at now because it's in the final arc.
Oh, is it? Okay. I haven't read much past like. I think I'm on chapter about pretty much right at 100. I think.
What?
And I want to say it's on like 125.
I think it's on like one. What is it at now? Like 160?
Oh, I thought it was at like 125. Let me look at it quick. I can pull it up on my phone.
Well, I'm caught up, and this last arc is really good. Not really good. Like it's not as good as the start,
It's
obviously,
on
because I think the start.
127 is what it's at.
Okay. I like this last arc. I like everything they're doing, and I think especially in an anime adaptation, it's gonna be fire.
I think it'll be popular for sure. I think well, it'll get like a cult following. I don't think
I think it'll
make
be
it.
like Mob Psycho-esque.
But Mob
Like
Psycho
not the
will be
animation.
way better though.
Oh
Speaking of
yeah,
Mob
but like I'm
Psycho,
saying popularity rise. I feel like Mob Psycho is low-key kind of slept on.
it's so slept on. Oh
You
my
know, like
goodness.
because it's not even nearly as popular as One Punch Man. Probably not even half.
No, not
Over
even
here in the
close.
US. So like I think MASH will be on the same level as Mob Psycho and it'll be good. Not nearly as good, but like popularity wise, I think it'll kind of be in a similar league.
I think that's actually popularity wise. I think you're not wrong there. The thing about that one though is so Mob Psycho is one that people that are anime junkies will have watched it, but I feel like Mashal is not going to be on that list. Like it's not going to be one that like people are
Yeah,
recommending to others.
I agree.
I think it'll just have like the same level of viewing as it, but it won't be at the same viewer
Mm.
status, I guess.
Well, the thing that I think helps Mashal is the comedy that is in it is very digestible for everybody. It's not
Yeah.
like that, very specific niche Japanese comedy that like some shows are. It's
Mm-hmm.
like everyone thinks it's funny. I mean, the humor in it is just great. It's fucking hilarious.
It's just all just rip-offs of different shows or different
Yeah.
movies and different. It's literally a rip-off of mix of Black Clover and Doctor Stone and Harry
Yeah.
Potter and
Yeah, like dude, like the fucking the broom flying scene
oh,
when they have to say
that's
the
still
word and the
probably the
broom like
best
jumps
scene
to,
in my opinion.
that's just an absolute like knockoff of Harry Potter but done in a comedic way and it's so good.
He really is pretty creative. I love it
Mm.
when I love it how it's the same way with One Punch Man. How he has like two different, basically completely different looking characters, but it's the same guy just at different moments in time. Like he
Yeah,
just has that
yeah.
like chibi look or whatever you
Like
want to call it.
Saitama, like
Yeah,
panel to panel would be like that bald, like round
yeah,
headed dude, and the next one he's like a cut, handsome bald guy who's
yeah.
jacked.
It's the same
Yeah,
thing with Mashal. Mashal has the
yeah,
same. Just one, he's just like the most cartoony looking guy, and then the next one he's in a fight, he's just like built. It's awesome.
yeah. And like, what else I think makes it so good is they play off all the tropes that work so well. Like
They
they
make
have
fun
that
of the
Dumbledore
tropes too.
Gandalf character. They have like
Yeah,
underdogs. They have those like Malfoy assholes that it's just so good. Like it's just a great read. Like it's just so much fun.
the power
It's just an
system
easy
makes
one.
absolutely no sense, but it actually does not matter at all because
Mhm.
it's
Doesn't matter at
hilarious
all.
either ways.
Yeah, so I think Mashal that'll make a little bit of a splash.
Yeah, I think it could be big if places push it, but if it gets picked up by the wrong streaming platform, I think it could die really fast.
Oh yeah, dude, that show could be done so dirty so quickly, and that wouldn't surprise me at all. Um,
No,
but dude,
that if
speaking
that
of another
happens.
sleeper, have you even seen Golden Kamui yet?
No,
That next
have
season's coming
watched
out.
I've watched the first maybe 3 minutes of the first episode,
Okay, okay,
and then for some reason I just got like turned off by it because it immediately wasn't what I expected it to be,
yeah.
and then I stopped
That
watching it.
that show is I literally so I always forget to bring up Golden Kamui like when we do podcasts, and I also forget to bring up the manga Toriko. I had a perfect mentor that I should have brought up in our last episode, but
In
um
Toriko or in Kamui?
in Toriko. Golden Kamui though is so fucking good, dude. And I think they finally have a season coming out. And I think it's been like
Aren't
2
there
years
like
since
aren't
the
there
last
like
one.
3 seasons coming out or aren't there already like 3 seasons?
Yep. Yeah, there's 3 seasons. Season 4 is coming out. I'm pretty sure like soon, like before the year's done, I think.
Sick.
But that's
I'll
a
have to
good one,
watch that.
dude. It's slept on, and I don't really know why. It's like quality as fuck.
Some they just don't get any like advertising, or I don't know what it is, but they don't no
Yeah,
just I don't
like
know how some of these just go so under the radar.
I don't get it either. Like it's wild to me. They just don't get advertising. I think over here especially. I feel like people in Japan are just chomping at the bits to watch it, but I
To
don't
be
know.
honest, I feel like the only shows that really get advertising are the ones on Netflix for some reason.
Yeah, yeah,
Netflix is crazy with they actually do ads.
they do, and
No one
I
no
will
one
say
no one else
Netflix
really
is
does it.
creative. They are creative with like what they take on and what they make.
I will say when Arcane first came out, I saw and I lived in New York. I saw so many posters of
Same.
Arcane in New York and like in the subway and like everywhere. Arcane was literally
Bro,
plastered
YouTube
everywhere.
YouTube ads, like so much shit, dude.
And for maybe I mean I didn't see like any posters or stuff, but like for like a week, Edge Runner Cyberpunk Edge Runners was like the same. Like I saw Edge Runners stuff everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Speaking of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, not bad, not bad. I went into it thinking it was gonna be absolute dog shit, and it was I. It was
I
I.
give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I think it could have been done way better. I
I
think it was
give it
just
like
short.
a. It was short. It was short. I would say for like what it was, I'd give it like a 7.5 for what it was.
I think it's
I
kind.
don't
I
know.
mean, it's really short, so I'd say it's worth watching.
Mhm.
I want to say that the main problem I had with it was more so. So kind of spoiler territory right here. The first like death of Rebecca's brother or whatever, that like my jaw dropped there. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah, yeah,
people are gonna die. And then after that, it's like, okay, everyone dies now, I guess. Like
yeah.
all the main characters died except for one that went to the moon, and then it's like, what is
Mm,
you kind of screwed yourself over for keeping this story going in any way.
right. I don't think they really
The
plan on
story,
keeping it going though.
yeah, but the storyline wasn't strong enough, in my opinion, to have these characters die off.
No.
Like the lore behind that big guy that with the big arms that went psycho.
Oh man.
They kept having like flashbacks, but then you never even learn like what the flashbacks is like to.
Yeah, it was okay, but like it was a fun watch for what it was.
Oh
It's
yeah,
no
it's
Arcane.
no, absolutely not.
Arcane is god damn it, did Netflix hit that out of the goddamn ballpark. The lore, the characters, the voice actors, the soundtrack, everything. When is that next season coming out, bro? That's gonna be fire.
I have no idea, but I really hope to God they ditch the entire first season and go to a new area and do the same
Same,
exact thing. And
same.
then in like the fourth or fifth season, just like somehow connect
Yeah,
them all with a giant war. I think that would be so badass. And then you're getting all the
I bet that's what
characters.
they do. They have to do that because there's such a big like cast of characters in the game. Like I feel like that's what they almost have to do.
Yeah, they could totally. I'd be 100% okay if they left what happened at the end on a cliffhanger, went to a completely different
Same,
zone. I'd be so
same.
hyped about that actually.
As long as they keep whoever is writing that show, keep them a fucking board. Cause wow, wow,
Phenomenal. It
goddamn,
might
dude,
be it's up there with the best animated show I've ever seen in my life.
100%, bro. It's totally, totally. There wasn't like a single thing bad about it. Not one.
Nothing. It was perfect. It was
Mm.
literally perfection.
Yeah, there's like certain shows. God, we're getting out off of anime talk, but that's like on like Avatar level of like fucking flawless, like just great.
Oh, it's I think what really even elevated it a little bit more. They got voice actors that were different. They
Yes,
didn't
dude.
cast the 6 anime voice actors that voice everything.
Right. And the voice actors were like fucking gritty and raw and like
Oh, Silco's voice actor.
I was just gonna mention Silco. I was just gonna say that. God damn it, that voice actor, dude. Oh
He
my
gets me
god.
going, bro. Oh my goodness, that's the best. They actually got voice actors that match the characters and everything so
Yeah.
well.
See, that's. I wish Netflix did more of that instead of quantity. They focus on quality
Mm-hmm.
because they could really make an amazing show out of anything, any book,
They did. They did.
any
They
video
did
game.
quality with Castlevania.
Yeah, yeah. Castlevania is so good, so good.
Speaking of which, there's a new season coming out eventually soon. I think with Richter.
It's with Richter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's with
Yeah.
Richter.
I heard I didn't know there was such lore in like the Castlevania games. Apparently there's like
There's
a
a
lot
lot.
of like dialogue and lore, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people
Especially in the
say the
early games.
Richter
Yeah.
storyline is the best one. So we'll see. We'll see.
I believe it. I think the first the what's his name, Trevor.
He's like one of the least favorites, I think.
I don't think he's even canon. I don't think he's a real character.
Really?
No,
I
in like the
only know of like
actual. So like there was, I remember when they were at his play or at his dungeon or whatever the hell it is with all his weapons and
yeah.
books, and they mentioned like there's a painting of one of the guys on the wall, and he was like one of the first Belmonts that's like in the lore, and then it's
in
kind of
season
like
2 or whatever.
yeah, and it's kind of like a gap or whatnot, and then hits like Simon, or I think it's Richter, then Simon, then a few others, but I don't think Trevor's actually.
So is Simon I don't really know much about the lore at all.
Neither
But all
do
I know is
I should really just shut up because I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to
I
lore.
heard I think Simon is the strongest Belmont, I think I've heard.
Really?
I heard he has like I heard he's kind of like a Saitama Belmont. He has like no finesse and just like I think he bodies Dracula one-on-one actually. Just like overpowers his bitch ass.
The one thing that the lore of Castlevania doesn't have going for it is I'm pretty sure they just bring back Dracula over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Which is tough,
but
but
right. I think that is kind of the whole villain shtick.
I mean, I think what Castlevania did in their first part though was smart, because they like, at least for like the last season or so, he wasn't really the main villain. He didn't want to come back.
Yeah.
And now I'm afraid that with a new one, they're going to bring him back because he really is the only villain in Castlevania.
Yeah, that's why the first season was so good. They did such a good job with Dracula and like
They did a
making
great
you
job
kind of feel for him. Yeah. Yeah.
Dracula's a great villain in the first.
It's a great show, man. It's a fucking great show.
Phenomenal.
What else you got for the future before we dive into the streaming platforms? Because I have a few things to say on that.
There is the next Mob Psycho season coming out here pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's
gonna be phenomenal.
It's gonna be 10 out of 10.
It's gonna be crazy. I heard that they're doing like double the amount of frames per episode.
Shut up.
Uh-huh. Bones
it's already beautiful.
I know, but Bones is just gonna go sicko mode on it.
Dude, oh my goodness.
And it's all hand animated. They don't have any CGI in it.
Right. Well, you can't really fuck up Mob Psycho because the characters are so good.
The story,
and the world that they built is so awesome, and the story is just perfect. Like it's almost hard to fuck up.
The thing is, the story I feel like almost doesn't really matter that much. It's the
No, it
characters. It's
doesn't.
such a
It is.
character-driven story that
It is.
it, I didn't wh- I didn't care like in the last season when they were fighting that the other super powerful
Mhm.
psychic. I didn't care that about the villain part of it at all. I just liked the characters were all, some of them were funny, some of them were sad, some of them was hype. It was just like, it's just the characters are awesome. That's all I really cared about.
Right, and
It's
the
the
characters are so lovable and they feel real. What's his name? Zero? One?
Yeah,
I always
zero.
forget if it's
No, it
zero
is
or
one.
one.
It's
Zero?
one. You get
It's
me
one.
mixed up. It's one.
I always forget.
Zero's the guy that he was a Super Smash Bros guy, but then he got like
Oh,
some
yeah,
allegations against him and disappeared off the face of the planet Earth.
yeah, I think he's a kind of a piece of shit, but he could play some Smash, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but I think one has. I think he almost makes the most relatable and most human feeling characters out of anyone, any like fictional writer or story creator that I've ever seen.
It's just because he writes more so the characters that he has never struggle with power is the thing. I think
Right.
that's what sets his characters apart so much, especially his main characters. Like Mob and
Especially the main
Saitama.
characters. Yes,
Mob and
yes.
Saitama, both of them are super overpowered. But okay, Mob doesn't even like his powers, doesn't want to use them, and just wants to be a normal kid that doesn't get picked on and
Yeah.
bone Subomi every once in a while, you know, but he's a loser kid that gets bullied, you know.
Right. Right.
And Saitama's also
There's
super OP, but he's just depressed because he doesn't have any excitement in his life because he's basically an indestructible dude that can do whatever he wants whenever he wants. And
yeah, he just is bored. Dude, there's something about that trope that I love. I love that character trope.
what,
Like
being too
when the strongest
overpowered.
being too overpowered, which almost makes them the most human out of all the characters. Like I love that shit. Like
It
Mob,
really isn't
uh,
done that often.
Saitama, Rick Sanchez, bro, Rick and Morty. That's an example of that.
I think it's just it. I think it's the trope of,
Hercules, dude, the fucking Disney Hercules. I love all that shit.
yeah. I think it's more of like you've reached the pinnacle, but you realize there's nothing at the top.
Right.
So
And it
there's
almost
no
it makes
point
the
in being
character
there.
more human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I just God, dude, Mob Psycho can do no wrong by me. It's the one show I think, not the one. It's one of the few that I think are like through and through perfect that has something for everybody.
I agree with that. I think any person can watch Mob Psycho, any age, anything, and any preference. You're gonna like Mob Psycho. It has something for everyone.
Right. The only way you'd get turned off is by like maybe the animation.
I think the
Because
animation is phenomenal. I enjoy things that are animated differently, though.
no, me too, but I think some people would maybe find that it comes off childish.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I used to not watch some anime specifically because of the way it was animated. I thought it was like, okay, this looks too childish. This looks whatever, not what I think I like. But now I've learned to grow with the anime and be like, okay, I like something that's different. I've seen so many things that are animated exactly the same that I really
Right.
just, when something's finally animated different, that's when now I'm attracted to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Ranking of Kings. I mean, that was
Phenomenal.
animated differently. And people like Loki kind of shit on that animation at first.
Yeah, Ranking of Kings animated
It was
differently. What is it called? Oh, I cannot think of the name. Tower of God was, people hated on that animation at the beginning. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed that it was
Yeah,
animated
I thought the
completely
animation was
differently.
good.
So did I. People hated on that initially.
God, dude, that is an interesting ass anime, man. It has ups and downs, but it kept me in there. I think it's
Tower of
shit, but
God
I
is
also
coming out
think
with
it's
a new
good.
season here pretty soon too. I think
That's gonna get a lot of polls because
it was
people did like
confirmed.
that a lot.
You know what was finally confirmed for a third season?
Hmm,
Finally, Kengan
I don't know.
Ashura, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Kengan
sent me that. You sent me that.
Ashura. I've been waiting so long for this. They
I'm
waited
stoked for
so
that.
many years to put out a part 3. I don't even know if part 3 is the last part. Probably not. Probably going to make me wait another 5 years.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck is that? I mean, they're like full CGIing it, so the budget can't be. It can't take that much.
They have all the character models for everything. All they got to do is run it at this point. Like, yeah,
Right.
everything is CGI.
I guess the fights in the manga are pretty like in depth.
Yeah, the fights are
There's some
really good.
cool fights coming
The
up. There's
fights are
some.
really good. I can't remember if Record of Ragnarok is getting a second season or not. I think I saw
I want to.
something that said it was.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just that the manga, I think they only release a chapter like every month.
Oh, it's on a monthly schedule.
I think so. Because I caught up to it like a while ago, and I don't think it's that far past like where I got caught up. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah, I
I mean
think
it was a long time.
I didn't realize
I
it was
have to
still
double
running.
check.
I thought it was just like said and done. I didn't realize it was still running.
I think it. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure. I got caught up during Jack the Ripper versus Hercules a long fucking time ago, like years ago, and I feel like it's not that far past. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
Wait, Jack the Ripper versus Hercules is the next fight in the anime,
Yeah, that's when I caught up in the manga.
and that was how
I was in
long
like
ago? You
20.
said?
It was like fucking. Well, I read the manga like a year and a half before the show came out.
Oh, okay. So they're probably like 20, 25, maybe 30 chapter if it's monthly. Probably like
Yeah, I
30
think that was
chapters.
chapter like I'd have to look. I could literally pull up my iPad and look, but it was a long time ago. I mean, like I was in college and I don't even think I was a senior when
Hmm.
I like got caught up. I think I was like a fucking junior.
I lose track of time so bad now though, so I don't remember
Same.
when I watched anything or did anything.
I remember it was a long time ago, and that fight was fucking kind of cool.
I mean,
What
the
else do we
fights
got
could be
coming up
cool.
here?
Hell's Paradise is gonna come out in I
That's
think at before the end of the year.
that's probably gonna be pretty good anime.
It's also done by Mappa.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
they just kill it.
It's the one of the big 3 of horror, or whatever it is: Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is by far the least popular of them, but
I've heard it's by far the worst too.
is it?
That's what
Shane
I've heard.
likes it. Shane says he really
Shane,
likes it.
true, and Shane, I like Shane's eye for quality, but he didn't really like Chainsaw Man.
He didn't
I
like the
love.
beginning of Chainsaw Man, and I respect that take
No one likes
because
the beginning.
the
The first
beginning of
like
Chainsaw Man is not that good. But the anime, I will say, did the beginning much better justice than the
yeah,
manga.
yeah, it's gonna be fire because if they can do the beginning justice, the hype moments, damn, they're gonna be fire.
Yeah, then Black Clover
Vinland
movie,
Saga, baby.
Vinland Saga. That'll be. I kind of hope Mappa tries to keep the same animation style as Wit for that one because Wit
I
did
do too.
phenomenal, and I think that really fit well.
I'm
That's
sad
gonna
Wade
be
gave that one
interesting.
up.
Yeah, so am I. Wit gives everything up. They don't know what they're doing over there.
I mean, but it's Mappa, so it's gonna be. I mean, if Wit's a 10 out of 10, Mappa will do
Mappa
an 8
picks
to
up
keep me interested.
everything, bro. Mappa does. I don't know how. Mappa's gonna become the Disney of. Like I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go right into the streaming service thing or whatever.
Yeah,
But Mappa's just gonna become the Disney of anime at this point in terms of production of anime.
yeah.
Like I would not be surprised at all if they literally started buying anime studios.
I wouldn't either. they're taking over. They're taking over everything.
They have like every. They have Attack on Titan. They have Chainsaw Man. They have Hell's Paradise. They have um. What were we just talking about?
They
3 seconds
got Vinland
ago?
Saga.
Vinland Saga. They have Dorohedoro if they ever make a second season. They got so much stuff. They're just dropping new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're not leaving anything for these other guys, like Wit, who's already struggling with what they have, even though they don't have anything.
What the fuck is Wit doing, dude? I mean, UFO Table will just keep doing their shit.
Well, yeah, I mean they produce. The thing is, they produce only quality. They do not do quantity at all.
Right, dude. They have a staff of 12 people. Like,
I don't know, cause I'm pretty sure they pretty much do one thing a year, and it's
yeah, I think they
it's
focus on
Demon
one
Slayer.
project. Man.
Mappa is really the only studio that does more than one project at a time.
Yeah, they have to just have a powerhouse. I feel like back in the day, Bones used to pump some shit out.
Yeah, I don't. Well, Bones had. I mean, they're Mob Psycho, so they're still doing that. They have.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did. Was Soul Eater a Bones production?
Yeah, it was.
My Hero's Bones.
Yeah, the My Hero's quality. God, that story just fucking.
Madhouse absolutely disappeared off the face.
What
of the earth,
happened
bro.
to Madhouse, dude? Madhouse, Jesus.
The last thing that they had was it's like talked OP Destiny on Netflix or whatever, and
Yeah.
they like did a joint thing with a different company. I think they did joint with Wit actually. Wit did another joint with Wit had Spy Family and they did joint with some other Cloverworks, I think.
Yeah. Doesn't Madhouse do a lot of movies, or they used to?
I don't really think Madhouse does a whole lot of anything anymore.
They just die. Are they just dead?
I don't know because I really don't.
What's a recent Mad? I don't even know.
The most
Fucking
recent
besides,
one
like,
I can think of is that Netflix one, talked OP Destiny, which is like a weird demon fighting piano thing that
they
I
did
didn't watch.
fucking. They did No Guns Life. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but that went super under the radar.
Yeah, they did. I mean, One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note.
Hunter x Hunter
Have they
hasn't-
died, dude?
Yeah, like they
Death
haven't.
Parade.
That was 2015, and that's
Right,
like
have they done-
that's like the newest of the things that you just mentioned.
Bro, did they get bought out? Did they get bought out by someone? The fuck?
No, dude, they're just I don't know what they're doing. That's why I need them to pick up Tokyo Ghoul and do justice.
Someone do Tokyo Ghoul justice, because it is like it'd be such a good adaptation. Like the last season of Tokyo Ghoul, if they made an anime, would be oh my fucking banger. It'd be so good.
They ruined it, and I want someone. Honestly, I really want Mappa to do it because they do things so well, and I know they won't. They'll follow the story. They always follow the story.
Right.
That's why I like Mappa. They always follow the story.
Dude, Hunter x Hunter's coming back.
I don't know when it's finally gonna start releasing.
I think it's soon, dude. I think it's already releasing in Japan.
Is it? Jeez, why don't we get? When do we
On a
get that
weekly
shit?
basis, so he got his back fixed.
I don't think it's on a
done being a bitch.
No, he still has a lot of issues. I don't think it's on a weekly basis.
I heard it's a weekly basis.
Oh, I thought he said he was doing 20 chapters and then he was gonna see after that.
Oh, maybe. I just saw like a brief TikTok
Which is
about
still
it.
a weekly basis for like a couple months, so like 5 months.
Man, that's good. I actually need to read the manga like through and get caught up completely. I read a little bit of it and I've watched some YouTube videos.
Speaking of manga, I need to read to watch the anime for. I was gonna catch up with Bleach so I could watch the 1,000-Year Blood War arc that's coming
I
out
know,
now,
dude. I
and
probably
I
got like
didn't do it.
200 chapters left.
I just didn't do it. I think a new season of Goblin Slayer is coming out pretty quick as well.
Shut up, bro. Really?
Dead ass,
Damn.
dude.
I loved the first season of Slayer. I thought it was so underrated and so undervalued. And
The movie was bad. Did you watch the Goblin Slayer movie?
yeah, well, it just didn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the reason.
There was no. I mean, it was pretty, and like the story within the movie itself, I thought made okay sense.
Yeah, but it's just like
There's just no point to it.
yeah,
It's just like-
exactly. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't canon, and they didn't make it any
Yeah.
further in the story or anything. So it was at the end of the day, it was pretty much just meaningless.
I adore the first season of Goblin Slayer. I think it's one of the most slept on first seasons of anime of all time. I think it's so good. I think the characters are awesome.
I like the opening a lot. The
Opening's
song.
fire. Opening's fucking fire.
I really
I think
like
the
opening.
premise, like it should be an isekai, but it's not. And I love that, dude. I love
Yeah,
that fantasy setting when it's not an isekai.
I really like the premise is
Hole in my lip.
I don't know what it is, but it's just like not really that strong of a premise, but I really like it at the same time.
Well, I like, yeah. See, my thing is like it should be an isekai. It's like a fucking shield hero, but dark.
Because I have the thing is I have no
It's
idea.
in a fantasy world.
I have no idea where this is going at all. Because like they didn't set up really a story of like progression, like what he's working towards really, other than fighting goblins.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
What?
They
to,
think
to eradicate all the
there's
goblins?
there's mirrors and there's a portal. This wasn't confirmed, but there's a portal and goblins come from the moon through these portals that are mirrors, and the goblins come to Earth and wreak havoc. And the only way to get, to destroy it is to destroy the mirror on the other side. So I think Goblin Slayer at the end of this show is going to go through, break the mirror, die via goblins, but he cuts off the portal.
You could just read the manga. I'm sure you can find out that way.
Yeah, I'm probably could. I probably could definitely just do that, but
Because
I
that
love the anime, bro.
to
I
me
love
that
the
is like
anime.
a pure guess of what it is because I don't that
Oh,
it could go a
it's a
completely
total
different direction.
stab.
Yeah.
But they talked about like there was that portal that
There was
bringing them
that
in,
one, yeah.
and then they talked about how like the girl with the huge knockers, like Goblin Slayer's friend that's on that farm. She talks about how they come from the moon.
Cowgirl?
Yeah,
That's her canon name.
Cowgirl, yeah, big milky bitch, yeah. Dude, her. She talks about how they come from the moon. So that's my own canon how it ends theory.
I guess
And
I
I've
wasn't
actually
really
I have never read the manga, so if I guess that, they can do better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too deep of a story, so it's like I feel like whatever it is, it's not like One Piece where you're trying to guess what the One Piece is. It's more just like
Dude, speaking of One Piece, this is where we'll make our little interjection. Wano, is it a top 5 arc?
if it was, I'd put it pretty much at number 5.
So-
Because
Enies Lobby's better.
Enies
Marine
Lobby's
Ford's
better.
better.
Marine. I don't. I think so for my arcs like completely. Gosh, I'd have to look up like an arc list right now. I think number
Like,
one.
Water
I'd have to
7 is
put-
better.
Number 1, I'd have to put Dressrosa.
Okay. I think Dressrosa is better, but I want to put it number 1.
It is close for me between Dressrosa and so okay. Let me rephrase this. First half Wano before the raid is a top is a for
Oh,
me
yeah.
probably number 2. Number 1 or
Yeah,
number 2.
yeah, I agree. I
At the
agree.
raid part of the arc, take it or leave it. It was kind of disappointing to say the least.
Yeah.
But the first half with the flashbacks and stuff in it,
Mm.
it's peak flashback. It's literally
It's
has
so
the
good.
best flashbacks.
And the world building and like setup was great. It was great.
It was. It's tough to rank because it had its highs and lows for sure.
I'm like, I don't even know if I put it top 5 like by the end of it if I'm taking it all into consideration.
It'd be
I
tough.
think I like Ennie's Lobby, Water 7,
I like Ennie's
Marine
Lobby.
Ford. I think I like Impel Down more, Dressrosa more.
I like Whole Cake Island more.
I Yeah, I do too. I'd probably put it at fucking 7.
Yeah, I mean everything. Pretty much everything in the. Yeah, everything in the East Blue is after for sure, or like
Yeah.
lower.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I put it between 5 and 7 ish.
Yeah.
But speaking of things that are coming out, it's finally soon in U.S. One Piece Film Red.
I'm so excited, dude. I heard it's so good.
It's still like I don't know whether or not it's supposed to be tied into canon somehow.
Isn't Uta?
Uda, yeah.
Is that her? Yeah, Uta is actually Canon Shanks' daughter, I think.
Well, I think she's not his daughter though. She's just like adopted,
Yeah,
rather.
yeah.
But
I think she's canon. I
I think
don't know.
so. I think you're right on that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
I heard it's the best One Piece movie, so
Well, yeah. I mean, not as long as they get a decent story. There's not a ton to compete with there.
yeah.
Let's jump into talking about streaming services though, because I
We can
think
do that.
streaming services are ruining things.
They need to figure that shit out a little bit.
I'm gonna bring up one prime example right away, and I'm gonna prove my example by just asking if you've seen it, because I know you haven't because it's on High Dive.
Yeah,
And it's only on High Dive. The newest season of Made in Abyss.
dude, Main Abyss has been off the rails since season 1. I didn't know there was fucking. I didn't know shit.
Well, the first two movies were just this the first 6 episodes stuck into a movie, the second 6 episodes stuck into a movie, and then the third movie
Yeah.
was an actual movie that
Right.
I mean we knew it existed, but we just couldn't get access to it or find it.
Mhm.
But the last season was on High Dive. I think a total of like 6 people in the whole universe have that streaming service.
Yeah, I fucking have barely even heard of it, if I have even heard of it.
Exactly. So the first season at least is on Amazon. Everyone has Amazon. Everyone has Prime Video. You might not go
Right.
on it, but you have it. If someone says, "Hey, this is only on Amazon," like The Boys example, Invincible, people are going to
Yep.
go and watch it on Amazon. Everyone has it. But then you go over to like, okay, High Dive licensed exclusively Made in Abyss. We'll never see it. No one will ever see it.
No, no one will fucking watch it.
And that there's so many different streaming services now that is just
I have a bone to pick with fucking Amazon.
what's
I
wrong.
think I don't know, bro. They license shit that I wish was more out there.
Like
Vinland
Vinland
Saga.
Saga.
Banana Fish.
Vinland Saga's on Netflix now though.
Now, yeah, but it wasn't for 3 years.
That is true.
You know, like
And the Netflix has the worst version of the dub. There's 2 versions. So they went like 2
wait,
years.
actually,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I
it
did
went
not
like
know
2
that.
years without getting dubbed at all because it's on Amazon. Amazon doesn't dub their stuff. And then Netflix does. They finally licensed to put it on there. But like right before that, Sentai Filmworks did a dub for it. And Amazon does, instead of taking the Sentai Filmworks dub, they do their own dub, of course, because it's Netflix and they think I don't know. But The Sentai Filmworks dub is significantly better than the Amazon or the Netflix one.
Yeah.
So it's
I
kind of a
mean-
big disappointment.
That's a good sub though.
It is. It's phenomenal, start to finish. Everything about it.
Yeah. That's just a show that I think is just gonna, if they actually finish it, it's gonna be one of the best of all time. It's so good.
Netflix handles anime really badly, though, I will say. Because they don't ever release weekly.
Yeah.
It kind of kills
Yeah.
in terms of, I watched a video on this, in terms of like community interaction. For example, the last JoJo's Stone Ocean, zero community interaction for Stone Ocean because they wait until all the episodes of the part are produced and then drop all the episodes at the same time. So there's no like week to week, hey, you're talking about this thing that happened. How's the fight gonna end? It's just like, oh, I'll just watch the next episode.
Yeah, I do. I actually fucking did not mind Stone Ocean that much. I think it's just the story itself is weak and the characters.
Yeah, I mean,
But what
You're gonna-
Netflix is doing
you're-
with it, I think.
you're gonna hate me
fine.
for saying this, but I think JoJo's in general is kind of weak.
That's just dumb. That's just dumb of you to say. It's just stupid. Like,
JoJo's in general is just kind of weak, dog. It's just like after part 2, they
no,
could
it's
have
not.
just ended
No,
it.
no, it's not.
They could have just
No,
ended
it's
it,
not.
dog. They could have just stopped.
Because you don't understand it. Bro.
What do you mean I don't
understand
understand it? I'm a JoJo's
You don't
enjoyer.
understand JoJo's, bro.
I
you're not.
understand
No,
it
you're
just fine.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It is its own entity. It's not even. It doesn't exist within.
JoJo's
Turn these
writes
candles.
itself at this point.
Straight up, yeah. That's why it's fucking awesome.
I think
It's just a fucking. vibe.
I enjoy watching it just purely because you really can never predict what's gonna happen. Like no matter what.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You can never predict what's gonna happen because it takes the craziest twist, including like some characters, like in part 5.
It's a
the
10 out of 10
strongest-
show.
The strongest
10 out of 10
character
show.
the strongest character literally just like they gave him they gave all the people an
Yeah,
opportunity
he
to
just
leave.
said, "See ya."
And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna stay behind. Don't worry about me, dog. Just wild.
Third strongest character.
Third strong.
Giorno is the strongest. His character still doesn't
Before-
make sense.
Before his upgrade, I'd say he was the strongest. You literally couldn't enter the like anything that got close to that thing. It just instantly
It's-
died.
Definitely him or the villain guy. What is his name?
Diavolo.
Doppio. Diavolo. Yeah, his is Diavolo. But yeah, Giorno's is he is the strongest one after, a whole entire arrow situation.
Yeah, I don't. The arrow situation didn't really make a lot of sense to me either. We'll see what happens.
I love
in- We'll see what
I
happens.
bet
in
you are
Steel
gonna
Ball Run.
love Steel Ball Run.
I think I
I bet
will.
you're gonna love Steel.
I think I will because I've heard Steel Ball Run is just actually amazing.
Yeah,
Everyone
I heard
likes
it's
Steel
one of
Ball
the
Run.
best pieces of fiction ever.
It'll probably be
has to
about-
good.
Probably about 8 to 10 years until we see it because it'll be
Yeah.
licensed by Netflix and then they'll wait forever to release it.
Right. So we got about another 2 years until they finish Stone Ocean, and then we got another like 4 years until they start Steel Ball Run. So,
We
We'll
got
see.
a while. There are
but yes, I think, man, I just think Crunchyroll, especially since they're merging with Funimation or have merged, I don't even know. They just need to buy up everything and
yeah.
just put it all
I
on that.
agree. I think Crunchyroll. Well, first of all, Crunchyroll needs a whole new software team, because
Oh my god. Yes.
holy
yes.
holy balls, is their interfaces and everything just bad. That's like
But
why
it
I
doesn't
always
make
go to Netflix. Even like, there's stuff that I know I want to watch on Crunchyroll, but at the same time, I'll go to Netflix to watch something really don't care that much about just because it's such a nice interface and so easy to use.
Right. Right. Yeah, like, dude, just take one out of Netflix's book. Like,
Literally just
okay, Netflix does have the best interface though by a landslide.
Disney Plus is
That
pretty
and
good
Hulu.
too.
Disney Plus is good too. Yep.
I don't
Amazon Prime sucks.
Amazon. The thing about Amazon Prime is you don't know whether or not you have to pay for it until you go into it. Because half the stuff you have to pay for and half the stuff you can just watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Amazon Prime does have some good shit, dude.
Yeah, one thing I don't like about Netflix though is when you are on top of something, it'll just like start playing in the background or like a commercial. I hate
like
that.
the trailer. Yeah.
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 I hate that. I don't know why, but I just really don't like it.
I don't mind that. I don't like Amazon's whole like I don't like you like click on something you want to watch and you have to buy it. You're like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck is this? Like
I think they need to Amazon needs to figure a lot of stuff out when it comes to streaming.
Yeah. I just want Netflix to buy everything up that's like popular in the West, and then Crunchyroll can just handle all their shit because Crunchyroll has like the good stuff.
Disney has some animes supposed to be on it, like one that Arlon keeps telling me to watch, Summertime Rendering, but it's just not available for us in the US. I'm assuming they're probably waiting. They're like Netflix, they're waiting for a dub to happen so they can post the dub instead.
I've heard good things about Summertime Rendering.
Arlong from Arlong Park Podcast, for like 3 weeks, he told me like every day, hey bro, have you watched Summertime Rendering, dude? It's so good. And I'm like, dog, I can't. I don't know where to watch it. It's
dude,
Arlong, just I feel not like, accessible to us.
Dude, he watches the obscure shit, man.
He does watch some stuff that we
good on him.
Have never seen. That's for sure.
Good on him, because I like to branch out, but then I branch out and I'm like, sucks. And then I'm done.
You gotta know what to branch out. Well, I feel like you branch out, and it's like 1 out of 5 are gonna be relatively okay and decent to watch.
Right, but like, yeah, there's some shows that I know that I'm gonna branch out with, like a Silent Voice. You know,
you're gonna like that. Like, the thing is, Silent Voice, you have to like.
I know I'll like it.
You have to mentally prepare yourself for that one.
What's that other movie?
Don't watch that when you're too sad. Otherwise, you might not make it through the movie.
I might just jump off the fucking 8th floor of my goddamn apartment. What's that other show or the other movie that I'm drunk, so like now I'm drunk, so I'm forgetting.
Your Name, maybe.
Your Name. Yep, those two. I know I'm gonna like them. Because I loved Garden of Words. I fucking loved it to death.
Garden of Words is so much worse than those two as well.
No,
like it's good, but it's like so much significantly worse than those two movies. I think Silent Voice is probably the best media I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, and that's something that no one has talked shit about it because it's so good.
It's just, I don't know. It's so impactful. It really is just something else.
Well, I told you I watched Garden of Words with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she fucking loved it. She was like, "This is," and she watched it again. Actually, she watched it twice.
I mean, I think it's like 35, 40 minutes, so it's really quick.
Yeah.
It has some nutty animation, though, I will say.
Yeah, the animation and the vibe are so likable. They're just so
it's just such a chill vibe.
Yeah. Story's a little odd.
Definitely. Like a 15-year-old, 10, 12-year-old boy that makes shoes for his teacher, then they fall in love.
Yeah.
I will say that premise is not ticking all the right boxes for me there, but
yeah, it's kind of strange. But like the interaction between them.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, she loved that. I like that movie. I watched a couple on Netflix that are really good too, like A Whisker Way.
I don't know if There's one. I don't know if
So
it was a
good.
whisker away. There's one that was almost like three different people, or like had three different like stories in the same movie. I don't remember what it was called.
Was it
I'm getting some static.
holy shit, dude, I'm going uh there we go. Are you talking about the cooking one?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Also really good. Also really fucking good.
I don't remember what that one's called, but that one wasn't bad. I'm trying to watch all the Ghibli movies. They're all on HBO Max.
I know I need to re-sign into my sister's cause God, the Ghibli movies, man.
Ponyo, bro, is so weird.
Ponyo's fire. I
It's
watched Ponyo
so
a long.
weird, bro.
Did you watch the dub with Noah Cyrus and the Jonas
Oh,
Brother? The
is
young
it Noah
Jonas Brother?
Cyrus? I couldn't tell I couldn't tell who it was, but I did watch the dub. It
I like
is.
the dub.
I just thought it was so funny at the beginning that he's like showing everyone this goldfish, and it's literally like a child swimming in a small bucket. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
this is not a goldfish. This is a literal
Yeah.
human.
Dude, all of his movies are fire. I remember when I started watching Ghibli and I like looked up like a Rotten Tomato score for all the movies just to be like which one to watch, you know? Fuck, I'm pretty sure I'm drawing a blank at the name. The wizard one with the girl that turns old.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, that has like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like one of
What?
the lowest rated movies. Yeah,
That's wild.
that's one of my favorites. I think that's my
I'd say
third favorite.
that's probably my favorite one.
That's my third, I think. Granted, I've only seen like 7 of them. I think.
Yeah, I need to. I think the next one I'll watch is probably Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That's just like the one that's like next on the. I've literally been going on
Have you
HBO
seen
Max.
Porco Rosso?
I've literally been going
Fire.
on HBO
Fire.
Max in order the ones that are on there. And at first it was I don't even remember what it was. It was like Spirited Away first, and then it was Princess
Right.
Mononoke, and then I had already seen Howl's Moving Castle, so I skipped over that one. And then Ponyo.
Dude, I will say, I think those movies literally like when I'm watching a Ghibli movie, I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing anything else. I just watch the movie and I'm just so enthused with it. Like I'm just watching it. That's all I'm doing.
it
Because he does such a good job of capturing you.
it really is intense. There was during the Chainsaw Man episode today. For some reason, the scene with the car just really reminded me of Ghibli. I don't know why, just because, and
Really?
yeah,
The car?
like there's like a car going around this corner or something, and I just thought, gosh, that reminds me
Yeah,
of
I don't see what
Ghibli.
you're talking about.
That just really
Ghibli,
reminded me of Ghibli.
bro, you know why you like, I guess, I don't know. This is why I think you like Howl's Moving Castle a lot. It's the most scenic, one of the most scenic Ghibli films. Like the sets in it, dude. So pretty. So pretty.
The only thing that I think Ghibli kind of lacks in a little bit is story development,
Yeah.
but
It's because he has just little time.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's
Because like Earthsea or whatever.
huh?
I like Earthsea or something like the Wizard of Earthsea or something. That's like a Ghibli movie.
No idea.
I am not totally sure about this, so don't castrate me if you're watching and you're a big novel fan. But I think that's like a very popular novel that he tried to adapt into a movie. And everyone says that's his worst one. It's just like nothing by these novels, just world renowned and beloved. But dude, Ghibli fucking kills it.
There's
It's great.
one movie that Ghibli tried to do like Pixar that got horrible ratings, but it wasn't Miyazaki that did it. It was like Miyazaki's son,
Mm.
and is like a Pixar 3D model stuff like that, and it was just got
Yeah.
the worst ratings.
Isn't Miyazaki like very elite with his work?
Oh,
Like,
he hates anime. Dude,
oh man.
dude thinks that all the anime that comes out now should not exist, and all anime should be like Ghibli movies.
Well, he adapts like folk tales and like novels and shit. Like,
I think he's
God,
just a little too narrow mindseted.
I think he's just fucking old, man, and
He is
he's
just an
been
old
successful
hag.
doing his thing.
I can't disagree with that. He's been successful. He's made some damn good movies for sure.
Dude, I think Netflix and Crunchyroll just need to
Netflix and Crunchyroll need to what?
take over like the anime streaming shit.
They need to get rid of these small ass anime streamers like High Dive, and
Yeah.
well, I'm sure there's other ones. There used to be VRV, but I think that was bought by Crunchyroll, and then Crunchyroll was bought by Funimation.
I had VRV.
Yeah, and in VRV you got access to a few different streaming services. I don't remember which ones they were.
And I thought VRV was way better than Crunchyroll or Funimation. Like the interface is better. It had
Funimation
great
to me
shit.
had the best interface. I didn't use VRV though.
I liked VRV, man. I really. I think Hulu has good interface, but
I never used Hulu because it has ads.
God, dude, I'm gonna ask my sister for a login. I'm gonna watch a Studio Ghibli movie tonight.
Worth it's just like,
Which one should I watch though? That's the thing.
well, which ones haven't you watch one that you haven't seen yet?
I'm going to, but there's a lot. 'Cause doesn't he have like 20 some? I've only seen
Yeah.
like 7.
Have you seen like Castle in the Sky?
No, I have not.
Watch that one. I don't know if that one's on there, but watch it if you can. Or Kiki's Delivery Service, I guess that's the next one in line for me.
I'll watch Castle in the Sky, I think. I need to snap my sister. Because she has the login, because it's her account.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've kind of rambled on about a bunch of random stuff for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so we could probably call this an episode here. Before we get back into One Piece or something.
Wait, what? One Piece?
Exactly.
One Piece Kuma?
No,
Who?
let's end it before
father?
we go another 2 hours on One Piece. All right. It's another great episode. Thanks for listening, guys. Join the Discord if you can. Follow us on Instagram. Have any closing remarks, Noah, or just
None. No.
episode end? All right, guys.